The following Let's Play has been rated for mature audiences only. Any attempts to break the game are for entertainment value only. However, if any typos happen to be found... Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, we spent the night wandering around town, not being able to do anything because everybody's asleep. People sleep, you know. But now that everybody's awake, or I assume everybody's awake, we can continue on that little quest we started, in which we're going to help that lady whose name I forget reopen the restaurant. And we're going to start by talking to the Tang brothers. I assume they're brothers. Because they used to own the restaurant, and now, not so much. Let's see if they can help me. Okay, one of them's a girl. Oh, thank goodness! You've decided to help us with our problem! How do you know? Zinnia, that was that girl's name. I know Zinnia already talked to you, but I might be able to help a little also. First of all, I'm pretty sure that the missing cookware is on the trade loop, but you might be able to find it in other places. Second, the ingredients can be found all over. You should probably talk to my brother about the recipes. Alright. So in the trade loop, does that mean I would be trading? Ah, I've seen you spoken to Zinnia. So you have offered to help our family? That is wonderful. You may have come just in time. Zinnia probably explained about the cookware problem, so I'll explain more about my grandfather's 4 missing recipes. I know for a fact that he had them written down somewhere here in the house, but we're pretty sure they're in these 4 locked cabinets. 4 locked cabinets. Okay, there's 2. There's 3 and 4. If I go up to them, yep, sure enough. Second of Mr. Tang's locked cabinets. There is a combination lock on the front which can accept 4 numbers. Enter the first digit. 3. You have entered an invalid combination. Interesting. So how do we deal with that? I'm going to miss my grandfather terribly, but now I have to focus on keeping the family going, which means looking after the family business also. My sister and I helped out however we could, but I still don't see how he kept up with everything. We're all going to miss him, and that goes far beyond food. He may have been a great chef, but he will be remembered for his kindness and sense of humor. He always used to make laugh when I had food in my mouth. Haha, it's a wonder I never choked. So, how are we going to figure out the combinations to these locks? Also, this guy's kind of cute, so you know what I'm going to do? I mean, his character model is pretty much ugly, but his character portrait, kind of like that. You flirt with hi. Just stay calm, don't panic. It's just something they do here. Just don't say anything stupid. We have to discuss some very serious twitches. I mean issues. Yes, my sister and I have some very serious matters to discuss. I told you not to say anything stupid. So yeah, in case you've forgotten, you can get married, have children. That'd be nice. Huh. What about the other character? Any more information you can give me? Whatever your name was? Josephine, I want to say. Jadis. Well, it started with a J anyway. It's just not going to be the same without grandfather here. Our family is strong and has endured much hardships. But it's just my brother and me now. I don't know how we'll do it, but we will find a way. I know how you feel about your grandfather, and I feel the same way. I will dearly miss him and his stories about before the war. I'm so glad to have known him. I wish I would have known him. Alright, so, time for a quest to figure out what the heck we're going to do. Well, I know the first thing I can try to do is collect a couple of ingredients from that one stand. Alright, let's get some info. Oh, we have the option to steal also. Fruits and vegetables are not only good for you, but they also taste great. You're half right. There's nothing I like more than a nice bowl of steamed veggies. And herbs are also important. Healing herbs can make you feel better, and red herbs can restore magic points. Here, you take these, eat them, and see what I mean. You received the fresh herbs and the vegetables. Yay! Oh, okay. Now what? Can't really do anything with the food market here, so... let's talk to this guy. Well, hello there, Zoey. You're looking bright-eyed today. Something happened? I wish I was having your day. Yes, I've just been given a key to the house and told that I should look around town to find some work. Do you know of anything? Well, actually, I just might. People have always come to this place in times of trouble. They find it abandoned, repopulate it, and then move on when it gets too small. It's a cycle that's been going on for centuries. It's strange that I lived through the beginning of this cycle, but I remember the time before Mercer's March, when this place was long forgotten. Well, I have the feeling we're here to stay this time. I know, people probably always said that. I'm curious what this quest is. Well, since I haven't seen you in a while, I'll catch you up on what's been going on. About a week ago, I ran into some financial trouble and had to close the shops. Yep, all of them. I have 3 stashes of money hidden, 1 for each store, in case of an emergency. But now I can't remember where I hid them. I hid one near town, but that area flooded, and now it's underwater. I'm beginning to regret asking for this quest. Another one I hid in a cave, somewhere, but it was a tiny, deep cave. There's no way I could get back down there at my age. The third one I buried, but again, I can't remember where. My 2 lazy sons keep saying they're working on ways to help, but they're not doing anything. Seymour is a treasure hunter, which means junk merchant, and Chester is an inventor. I've seen both of their places, which means he's always either playing with some new invention or playing with himself. Neither one of them knows the meaning of an honest day's work. But I digress. Chester has some junk lying around in my house, and when I sold it, he went haywire. Apparently, there were parts that he needed to build some contraptions to help me find the money. Can you imagine? Contraptions! Well, I know it's ridiculous, but I'm so desperate to get that money back, I'd be willing to try anything. To further complicate matters, since I was a long-time member of the Traders Union here, I traded the parts for things like rent and bills instead of for cash. Now, in order to get the parts back, they will have to be traded for. I've gotten too old to haggle, so I can't traps... I don't know that word. All around trying... Were you trying to say trapeze? So I can't trapeze all around trying to track down all those parts, plus I can't remember what all I traded. If you talk to him, he can tell you exactly what he's missing. So basically, I'll need you to get all the parts back for Chester so that you can get my money back, and I can open my stores again. So can you help? I can pay you well. But I'm already doing the cooking quest. What makes it more complicated for me is the whole episode thing. And how I've been like having story arcs with sub-chapters or sub-episodes basically. And it's like, I'm in the middle of a cooking quest arc. So what do I do here? Well, it's looking like I won't even be able to finish the cooking quest for a while, so I guess I can just take what I can and figure out what I can along the way. Not necessarily have any real arcs, which makes it easier for me because this is the 3rd episode I've recorded tonight. By the way, happy Thanksgiving. And I really don't want to upload more than 3 episodes of an RPG Maker game in a week because I have 2 other LPs that I need to upload. So, yeah, I'll just take what I can and figure things out as I go along. Hopefully I'll be able to keep track of all the stuff I'm doing. I'll try to keep things simple, maybe just accept this quest and then leave the rest alone for now. Because, like I said, I'm a terrible multitasker. Besides, this might result in helping with the cooking quest. Thank heavens, I knew you'd help me. Now the first thing we need to do is get the word out among the traders that you are now a trader, so that they will trust you enough to deal with you. Oh, so this person is for trading? Interesting. Trading is important, right? Also, you'll need the tool of the trade, a trader's scale. It's not a very good one, but Chester junk isn't worth much anyway, so it shouldn't matter. Here, you can have it. The basic trader scale and the axe grinder. Just to get you started, you should take this and go to talk to Duggan the dwarf over in West Molios. It's an axe grinder, and I don't have any use for it anymore. I know for a fact that he wants it, so it shouldn't be any problem to trade with him if you show him this. Once you have found the parts, be sure and give them to Chester. Okie doke. So it was Duggan the dwarf. Alright. You know, I probably shouldn't be running out in the rain. I'll catch my death of cold. I'm gonna go home and see my dad, see if he says anything, and if I can tell him anything about what I'm up to in my life now. Don't worry, I'm already proud of you. Okay. So, you can't activate a quest or anything with your dad. Let's go find Duggan. Will you budge now, doggy? Well, can I at least pet you? Nothing happens. Whatever. Maybe the dog's in certain moods or something. I don't know. Anyway, where's Duggan? Well, there's Chester's house. I'm definitely going to have to visit him at some point during this quest. And there's Seymour's house. So his 2 sons live next door to each other. There we go, Duggan's house. Another dwarf. Well, duh, he's called Duggan the dwarf. Hi-ho! Really? How's my favorite Amazon queen doing today? Are you going on an adventure? If you are, don't forget to take a certain dwarf in green armor. I'm doing fine, Duggan. If I were going to venture outside of town, you would be my bodyguard. But unfortunately, I have other pressing duties today. I have to find a job. Do you know of anything? Well, I can't really help about the job, but if you ever need me to join you in the field, just let me know. You do realize that you can buy property with int points gained from defeated enemies, don't you? Hell, if all the shops weren't closed, I'd get it myself. It's one of the 2 mansions on the north end of town. I can buy my own house? I can buy a mansion? Huh. Trade. Hey, you have an axe grinder. I've been looking all over creation for one of those. I will definitely trade you something for that. How about this solar panel? Will you trade the axe grinder for the solar panel? You have the option? Would I be able to trade the axe grinder to somebody else if I wanted to? Huh. But yeah, this is pretty important. Your fame as a trader has increased by 1 as a result of using the basic trade scale. Interesting. So now I have the solar panel. Wish it had a description. Albright tells me that the reason that this stuff doesn't have a description is because in RPG Maker 3, when you put in a description, there's a cutoff point, and RPG Maker 3 doesn't tell you where that cutoff point is. Still, it would have been nice had there been like really short descriptions. So I got a solar panel. I suppose the next thing I'm going to do is check if this chest can be opened. Yep. Beef strips. I imagine that's another treasure item. Yep. So, now that we got that, let's talk to Chester and see if this solar panel is worth anything to him. Oh, Chester's married. Interesting. So, I probably don't want to flirt with him. Well, just for curiosity, I'm gonna talk to his wife. Marley. Marley. That name sounds familiar. How's it going, Zoey? I haven't seen you since school let out. What have you been up to? I'm doing great, Marley, thanks. I'm glad to see that you found a way to pursue what you're good at. You were always so good at math and science and had a lot of imagination too. I have to find a job now that school's out, and I hope I can find one half as cool. Yeah, working for Chester is pretty cool because he isn't that, and he's very respectful. There are plenty of other cool jobs in town though. Mercer may have wiped out a lot of the population. There you go, Lantis, that's why this population is so sparse. Because Mercer killed everybody. But in a way, it makes things better for those who survive. There are all kinds of doors open now that would have been so much harder to get through before. I hope I get the chance to know these people, because, like, obviously I'm a good friend with this person, but I have no idea who she is, other than a school friend. So let's go ahead and talk to this boxer. Is that even a boxing belt? Maybe he invented boxing. RPG Maker 3's character portraits. Why must you be so inconsistent? Oh yeah, there's that. Hiya, Zoey. How ya doing? I don't know if you've heard, but Pop's not doing so good these days. Oh, you know Maximilian, right? The guy that owns the 3 stores here in town? Well, anyway, that's my dad. He had to close all 3 stores here just recently, and now he needs help to find his stashes of money to open the stores again. I keep trying to help him, but... I'm doing just fine, Chester, but I'm sorry to hear about Maximilian's troubles. What happened between you and him? What happened when you tried to help? Well, when I heard he'd buried the money and couldn't find it, I began working on a device that could detect it. And before I could build it, he sold all of the parts. I brought them over to him, we got into an argument, and I left them there. He chewed me out that night, and I was only trying to help. I hope he comes to his senses and gets those parts back somehow. Trade. I don't think you have anything I need right now, but try me again later. I'm mostly looking for hibachi cookers, and I make braziers to trade for them. A hibachi cooker. Wouldn't that be something I'd want for the restaurant? Alright, info. My dad went around hiding stashes of money, and I plan to make 3 inventions to help retrieve them. Well, my dad never cared much for my inventions, so he used the parts I was going to use to make his devices to mark where his stashes were. When he was hiding the first stash, he was on a bury it kick, so the parts for the sonar console are probably buried near town somewhere. The sonar console. Buried. I would have to become an archaeologist for that, wouldn't I? Likewise, the parts for the remote droid are most likely underwater. If you use the sonar console, you should be able to find them. Try looking from points of land jutting into the water. Once you have the remote droid, use it to search the cave in the grassy area to the northeast of Moyos. My gosh, there's a whole lot of stuff I'm going to have to remember. I'm going to be able to ask again. Yeah, okay. That's really good. But, am I going to be able to learn something important about this solar panel that I got here? Maybe the solar panel is for something else. Maybe it's for cooking. I mean, is it possible that I would be cooking from energy from the sun? Help. Let's see, my dad either sold off, traded, or threw away all of the parts that I was going to use to make the blueprints for 3 inventions that I was working on to help him find some money he lost. I even made 3 devices to scan the parts and produce a diagram for me to use the blueprints. If you talk to my assistant Marley, she'll set them up for you. When you find a part, just scan it. Oh, there we go. Trade. I don't think you have anything that I need right now. Okay, so don't trade. Steam tower. A steam tower. I wonder what that would be for. Info. Okay, well, since Chester says it's okay, I'll go ahead and set up the 3 scanners you'll need. The first one requires you to have all 3 parts, but you don't have to have them all at once, and you can scan them in any order. The other 2 require you to have all 3 parts at the same time. Chester knows how the first invention works, but he needs to assemble the parts for the others. And then stuff loads. Kinda don't like how the screen has to black out every time you do that. This pedestal has a mechanism built in, which you can scan the dimensions of objects and produce a blueprint. This particular one is designed to scan the following items: solar panel, coated wire, zinc element. Once you have one of these items, place it on the device and scan it. The solar panel has been scanned. Alright. So, not sure what that does. Well, I still have this solar panel, so I guess, honestly, nothing can be done until I find the other 2 pieces. My gosh, there's a lot of stuff to take in. So, here's an interesting thing. There's a treasure chest there. Let's open it. Hot peppers. It seems like all the free treasure chests that we can open without getting in trouble, they apparently are cooking items. Speaking of cooking items, no, nothing there. Now, what was I about to say? Okay, there was something here. I don't know what was there, but there was something there. So, here's an interesting thing about the game. In the game's description, it said the game is short. That's the description at the mag, at least. Over at the PAV, the game says 8 to 24 hours. I imagine 8 is bare minimum. Well, considering I'm probably not going to be doing bare minimum, we're probably going to be at this game for a while. So, next time, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. But now that I know that I have to dig for stuff, I'm going to try to join the Archaeologists Guild and start learning how to dig. My father didn't say anything about becoming an archaeologist, but who knows? It might be very helpful for getting stuff. For now, I'm saving, and that's all you need to know.